Good morning, everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kathy. Good morning, Heather. Hi, Noor. Let's see. Let's go in this gate here. Hey, Cassie. Good morning. Hello, Daniel. I need to go see this tiger girl. Hi, Chad. Hi, Dawn. Thank you guys for sharing this. We just got started. I know there's still a lot of issues with people not getting notifications, so thank you for sharing. Hi, Chris. Hi, Maria. Hi, Susan. Miss Aria! What you doing, lady? Good morning, Anne. Ooh, hi, honeys. Good morning, lady. Hi, Mary. Hi, Deb. This is Miss Aria. Miss Aria's on her morning walk. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Christy. Good morning. Miss Lady. This is our beautiful Miss Aria. Oh, got ear itchy. You can see her back leg scar on that one side, way more severe than the other side. Good morning, Becky. If you guys are not familiar with our beautiful and amazing miracle Aria, it's like, get that ball out of my way. I'm laying here. You're gonna lay there with your ball. Aria is a great story to learn if you're new to Big Cat Rescue. It really shows you exactly what it is that we do here. Good morning, Chloe. What are you doing? I can't tell a serious story when you're being so silly. Hi, Jen. Aria came to us as a witness protection cat at the end of 2019. And she arrived in such bad condition we were not sure if we were going to be able to save her or not. But multiple surgeries later, dental procedures, lots of time in the recovery cage. You gotta move the ball out of your way so you can groom your feet. How silly is this? How silly. Hi, Karen. My very goodness. My very goodness. These boomer balls are like between 60 and 80 pounds depending on the sizes of them. And while she's grooming her feet, she can push it out of the way with her forehead. Unbelievable. Yeah, she's been through so much in her life. And we are so happy that she gets to retire here and just kind of do whatever she wants to do. You're so silly. Hi, Maggie. Good morning. There we go. Why don't you lay somewhere where the ball isn't there? So goofy. See where she's going to go off to. Her morning routine is usually to have breakfast, and then she walks that corner over there where that giant tree stump is, and then she usually makes her way up and around here till she decides which of her 5 dens she's gonna lay in for the day. We have all of our big cat enclosures have these really large dens. They're either shaped like this where they can get on them or in them, or they're more round. My goodness. My goodness. She looks perfect though. You lay up on your platform. Ooh, I'm coming too, don't worry. Now we're face level. We're going. Good morning, Edith. Good morning, Jocelyn. Hi, Barbara. We have just been having a very silly, beautiful moment with Miss Aria this morning. And she's off. Probably gonna walk over here to her stump. I think from here we're gonna try to go see what Simba and Kimba and Max are up to, since they were all of our most recent rescues from 2019. Got that pretty lake view. This giant tree stump. I've never seen her jump over it, but when Duchess was in this enclosure, that used to be her jam. Yeah, she used to hide over there and then jump over it. I know, I wasn't gonna follow, I was gonna stay right here for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna go see other cats. Unless you wanna lay down. If you wanna lay down over here again, I'll stay. I know, your cleaners will probably be here soon and then they'll walk with you. Yeah. Good morning, Willie. Good morning, Janet. I think she's gonna walk the distance this time. All right, I gotta find the gate. Yeah, her lake view is different. It's not the same view that you get from the other tigers. So we have a huge part of the lake over here. It's separated by a land bridge. All right, well, let's take a walkabout over to see the boys. Good morning, Paula. Morning, Michelle. Yep, every cat here is beautiful. I will definitely say that. If you guys are new to us, we have just under 50 permanent residents here at Big Cat Rescue. We're on about 67 acres of land. And everybody who keeps asking and asking and asking if we have new rescues coming in, not to my knowledge, we do not. Right now, our focus is getting the Big Cat Public Safety Act passed. That's where our time and energy and resources have been going, along with taking care of the just under 50 permanent residents that already live here. And what we've been doing is spending a lot of time expanding their enclosures, repairing pools and platforms, giving them as much space as possible, trying to turn some of our empty enclosures into expanded parts of their homes. Miss Kali has decided lately that she is digging that new den. She sleeps in there after breakfast a lot. Hi, baby. So if you guys want to help us get that bill passed so that that can be one thing we could check off our list, please go to bigcatact.com. Start contacting your legislators, asking them to support the Big Cat Public Safety Act. That way we can end the breeding that we believe is the biggest reason on why there are so many cats that are stuck living in cages for their whole lives. Most of these cats live well into their 20s, at least here. So even if you take in a 10 or 15-year-old cat, you've got quite a few years of care for them. And the older they get, the more expensive they get. We have lots of cats that are in their mid to late teens and early 20s. Well, where's there a Simba? Simba would be considered one of our young ones, but with all the turmoil he went through in the early part of his life, poor baby gets a limp every now and again. Oh, there he is. Hi, Sim. Oh, that's a very full belly Simba. So this is Simba. Simba Tiger came to us from Guatemala along with Kimba and Max, who we're also going to try to go speak to. We'll see if we get more interaction than this. All the cats have already had breakfast, so we're getting some very sleepy cats this morning. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Melissa. So Simba came here with 2 other boy tigers that were rescued when ADI went into Guatemala and tracked down a circus that had gone underground. They had effectively ended being able to use animals in their circus in Guatemala, and they confiscated a bunch, but there was still one group, and a bunch of cats were put into a temporary facility with ADI, and 3 of them came here to Big Cat Rescue, and the rest went to ADI's new sanctuary in South Africa. So poor Simba actually pretty much grew up and probably spent the first decade of his life performing in the circus, or at least being reprimanded to follow instruction. And he actually spent most of his time in a transport cage that was about the size of a queen-size bed. Unfortunately, the Big Cat Public Safety Act, you have to be a U.S. resident, but the best thing you could possibly do is, if you know anyone in the U.S., to please talk to them about the issues. You can go to catlaws.com, cubtruth.com, and bigcatact.com. And all of those pages are going to give you a ton of information, not only on how to help in the U.S., but in other areas as well. There's a lot of resources on our website. If we can end cub petting and breeding, which is what we think fuels most of these cats living the rest of their lives in cages, then we can really put an end to the problem that we have here in the US. There are more tigers in probably Texas alone at this point than there are in the wild. We want to stop having to deal with captive born animals that can never be set free and start helping the animals actually exist in the wild. And I want to thank everybody who's helping answer questions, typing in links. Make sure you guys always ignore the people that need to be ignored, because they're just here to get a rise out of you and get some attention for themselves. We're all here for the cats. So if you're here for the cats, keep watching, because we're gonna go see some more cats. All right, let's go see Kimba. Looks like Max is up on his morning walk. The saddest part for captive cats is, you know, in the wild they would be roaming hundreds of square miles a day. They'd be finding mates. They'd be having babies and raising those babies and teaching them all about how to be wild. They would be raising those babies for several years. Whereas here in the US, people breed them, take them when they're hours or days old from the mother, try to hand raise them so they'll be quote unquote friendly for people to handle. And then once they're too old to be used for cub petting, who knows what happens to them. A lot of times it's into more breeding situations. Here's a Kimba. I don't know if I'm gonna get a good view of Kimba from any of these directions. Let me see. Let's try this way. Have to zoom through 2 layers of wire. He's very comfy on his platform. There he is. Hi, handsome boy. And then once they are done with their usefulness for cub petting, and they end up in private owners' hands or in backyard breeder situations, if they aren't sold off for their parts or being used as props and entertainment, then ultimately they have to live in a cage for the rest of their life. And again, that can be over 20. We've got 2 cats here right now that are 25 years old. Of course, Kimba baby is our youngest tiger. He's only a few years old. Was that a big sigh? And sadly, Kimba can never ever be returned to the wild. He was born and raised by people in cages. He was used in the circus for at least the first couple of years, or that's when they're trying to beat him into submission. There's actual video of our beautiful, gorgeous Kimba here being beaten in the head by somebody in Guatemala till he bled. I mean, how do you guys think they get these animals to perform? These animals don't want to perform. They don't want to, oh, what was that? They don't want to steady themselves on a ball or jump through a hoop of fire or do any of that. They want to be wild and raise babies and mark their territory and defend their territory. Isn't that right, Bob? But lucky for cats like Kimba, he did come to an accredited sanctuary. So we're accredited by GFAS, the Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries. We don't buy, sell, trade, breed, or touch any of the cats here. Hi, mister. No chuff or honk? What's that about? What is that about? And when we rescue a cat, we vow to care for them for the rest of their life. So they're never going to have to get shipped off to someone else. We make sure that we fundraise specifically to care for these cats for their whole lives, including all the way up till they're in their mid to late 20s. Oldest cat we ever had here was a cougar named Scratch that was just shy of 30. And Kimba's only in like a fraction of his enclosure right now. Oh, that's not the noise I wanted. You can see he's got a guillotine door down right there. He's very much like Nikita. So Nikita, our lion, gets very like, as soon as she sees me, she's like, open this door, open this door. Because then she can go out into her bigger area. But after breakfast, we have to clean water bowls in other sections of enclosures. So we keep them shifted away. And then once that side is clean, he'll be able to go over there. But I can't do it, sir. I'm not your cleaner. I'm sorry, Bob. Yeah, if you guys ever like watch any of the Verkada cameras or the Nest cameras around Nikita, Kimba, Kali. Oh, mister. I know, grumbles. And you hear a real loud, like real aggressive roar. That's Kimba. He's always letting his keepers know that they need to back off. There's only a few of us here that kind of are the exception, that don't usually get roared at when other people would. And that's just because we've put a lot of time and energy into trying to earn his trust. But my guess, hi Maxie. There's a nice chuff from a nice boy. This is Max. Max and Kimba and Simba, all three we just saw in a row. All three of them ex-circus tigers from Guatemala. All of them had been quite abused and fed improper diets and housed in transport crates instead of enclosures. Max and Simba both have limps, I'm sure, from having grown up in such a horrid situation. So we're always monitoring. We try not to like constantly medicate, but we are always watching how they're walking, how their gait is. And since he can never go free, he's got his morning routine. They eat, they walk, they finally find a good safe place to lay, they groom, and then they sleep. Max is always curious as to who's coming near him. He's actually got quite a fear of men. So anytime that, unfortunately, very sad, most of our male keepers, most of the time when they come around him, he cowers or hides, which is really, really sad. It just shows you who was beating on him in Guatemala. Isn't that right? I keep telling Mark he needs to come over and give him like a sickle every single time he's here. See if we can earn some of that trust back for the men. You're such a good boy. Such a good boy. So these guys have been here since November of 2019. Aria, the first tiger that we saw today, she's been here since September of 2019. You're such a good boy, Maxie. I'll see you later, okay? All right. So the best we can do is give them as much love as possible, whether they want it or not. We're constantly handing out enrichment, sickles. I know, sir. One more view. I'd rather you give me a chuff than a grumble. Okay. Well, I can't show you Mouser. If you guys didn't already know, Mouser moved back into staff offices, and there's like a safety entrance and all of that in place, so I can't really go show you him. But how about we walk up, and since we just featured Aria and the Guatemala boys, we had one other rescue also in September of 2019. Our poor late Tom Bobcat has already passed away. She was in her early 20s. When we got her from the wildlife way station in California, she was already in what they called, kidney failure at that point. So we were really blessed to have her as long as we did. But we do have Philmo and Shiloh. We have taken in no cats. We took in no cats in 2020 or so far this year. So I'm just showing you guys the latest rescues from 2019. And keep in mind, I mean, feeding a tiger for 1 year is about $10,000 a year. That is just feeding them. That's not all of the health care that they need. Generally, when we do rescue, we tend to take in the oldest or the sickest or the ones that need the most care. And that's because we have an amazing vet team. We also have keepers that we're the most persistent people you're ever going to meet. We are absolutely going to make sure that those cats get their medications and their physical therapy and all the things they need, even if we're coming in the middle of the night. Nothing's up with Mouser. I just can't physically go in there to show him to you guys because he's living in a building kind of like how Loki is. So he is not living outside no more. All right. I knew this area was going to be pretty quiet. Trust me, all of the keepers and staff, we're sad about no new rescues either, but we're monitoring situations. I did not hear what that said. But again, our mission right now, what we're focused on the most is getting the Big Cat Public Safety Act passed. So you guys can help us do that. That would be the greatest gift that you could give any of these cats. All right, we're gonna see if we can find a Philmo and a Shiloh, and then that's gonna be it for today. Ooh, we need some rain. Even just someone passing by on a golf cart creates like a dust storm. I hear you. Your old beacher over there. Oh, there's a Shiloh. Hi, sir. Hi, cute boy. Yeah, Mouser, again, I don't know why people are panicking and thinking something's wrong with him, but he did move inside because he's just doing better. He's eating more consistently, being inside. We try to monitor the cats. It's the same reason Loki went inside. There is a chance they might move Loki out of there if they ever need that for another special needs cat, because Loki's doing great. He was doing fine outside. We just wanted to see how he would handle being inside. And I can tell you, anytime a cat gets moved inside like that, the rest of us really miss, really miss seeing them regularly. Like, we can just walk up and say hi to Shiloh like this, but I can't do that with Loki and Mouser. So we're always trying to adjust how things are around here to make everything better for the cats. So this is Shiloh. Shiloh came to us from the Wildlife Way Station in California when it closed after more than 40 years. That's something that really worries me about, you know, we're finding all of these cats in these backyard, horrible roadside zoo type scenarios, and then good sanctuaries get to welcome them into a better situation. But for places to have been open over 40 years and then suddenly close, it's a little scary. So we're always watching everything happening in the big cat world, so don't you worry about that. Are you gonna get that? I saw it too. It's like a giant lizard. Just went into his den. He's got a leaf on his butt. Shiloh has such a pretty enclosure. Are we gonna hang on our coolaroo? Sometimes we do that in the morning. He'll also go into that back section and look for a random smell. And then roll around in it like crazy. Trust me, I would go rescue every darn animal on the planet if I could, but it's just not practical. Like, running a sanctuary is no joke. There's a lot more than just wanting to save the animals. But there's luckily a lot of people out there that want to, so. You got a leaf on your butt, probably from rolling around. Oh, playing with his ball. Are you looking for the right smell? This is definitely part of Shiloh's routine. He's a very rubby bobcat. He likes to rub on everything. Well, I'm definitely starting to see some things I need to post about on our social media so that they're not constantly getting asked again and again and again. my goodness. What smell was that? Was it your own smell? Look at that tail. Look at that tail. Watching something in his tree. You're so cute. Oh, done rubbing. Well, that building right there is the enrichment cabin, and that structure there is where we house the golf carts. And those buildings back there are homes where people that live on property live. All right, time for a fill up. Might be in his, don't see him in his tree. Oh, nope, that was not him. I saw something wiggle and I was like, oh, it's a bobcat tail. It was not, it's a plant. Yep, not up there in his tree. He's got to be back there in his den. So let's see. I don't know if we'll get a glimpse of him or not. If not, we'll look for somebody else just so we're not ending on a no cat. Is there a Philmo in there? There is a Philmo in there. Hi, Bob. I don't know if you guys will see him. Whoop. Little bobcat face in there. That's Philmo. Just kind of see his white chin. Hi. Hi, cute boy. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for me today. So everybody have a great rest of your day, and I will be seeing you guys again soon. Take care, everybody.